that saved a wretch like me.
Hello, Rev here. I want to apologize for missing last week. I was battling illness, but we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Now this week, I want to talk a little bit about forgiveness. I know it's a huge topic, very broad, but we're going to nudge it a little bit this week. Now, recently, I was reminded by an old friend of some of my past mistakes. Back in the days when I wasn't good for much other than drinking. I know, but I wasn't born a reverend. I am very much a penitent man, as it were. Now, the bit I want to talk about now is sort of the end step, which is the forgive and forget bit, particularly for oneself. Now, as human beings, we're going to screw up. It's just the way the cards lay. We are not perfect. We weren't built so. And honestly, it's probably for the better because we learn from our mistakes, or at least we should. And in the forgiveness part, you know, after you've asked for forgiveness, those you've hurt have forgiven you, and they've said, you know, forgive and forget, and you've moved on. One thing you should do, well, two things, is, you know, forgive yourself for what you've done to others, you know, for your mistakes. But don't forget, you know, we try because guilt hurts. And it's honestly the hardest step for myself personally, you know, to get over the guilt. But I never forget, because remembering the consequences of your actions should, and hopefully does, keep you from committing them again. And it can be burdensome. It can be tough. I remember all the wrongs I've done. And my weakness is that I carry them as a burden. And the hardest thing for me is to, you know, lighten that load. For some people it's, you know, to give them to God. And I've done that academically, but inside I still feel the regret. I still feel the pain I've caused others. And it's an ongoing process to, you know, fully forgive myself without forgetting the lessons I've learned. And I guess the point I want to make to you folks is to try to get to where I'm trying to get to. You know, remember what you've learned with your screw-ups, with the mistakes and against the people you've hurt. But don't let it eat you up. And I'm going to do my best to try and practice what I'm preaching. It'll be tough. It's a tough way to go. But I think that's where we'll start with forgiveness. You know, remember the lesson, and don't let it drag you all the way under. So, yeah. Don't let it drag you down. Remember what you've learned. Try to be a better person. Alright, know we got a little heavy this week. It's going to happen from time to time. Can't all be fluffy stuff. So, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And barring any catastrophes, we'll see you next week. And remember, keep the faith and keep smiling.
I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart.